Hello there my fellow holotable heroes, and welcome to another Galactic challenge video. As you can see, I'm finally back to my usual setup in full HD, 60 frames per second, and of course my trusty microphone is here as well for a much better audio quality that you've seen from me for the past 2 to 3 weeks while I was sorting out stuff here on my end in my place. So today's challenge, we have the return of the Hutt Cartel, and actually it's a kind of a straightforward one once you figure out what to do. In total, I actually have 5 battles here for you today, so I'll give you 2 different Hutt Cartel options depending on whether you can make your boba fast enough or not, and then we'll do one with the Sith team with Malak, and then 2 different teams for the offense up. As always, there'll be YouTube chapters below so you can skip through if you want. But other than that, let's just get started first with the global modifier, Dark Magic. So this is the annoying one, right, where every 10 turns all defeated characters revive. However, these revives can be prevented, so most of the teams that I'll be showing you here, they'll have a way to prevent revives one way or another. And then the Hutt Cartel modifier, that's absolutely broken. That's why it's so fun to use, right? As long as your leader's got protection, your guys can't be killed off, and then whenever thermal detonators explode, you're gaining protection up. So this really allows to boost the survivability of your team. And finally here, it's a Sith modifier, luckily not the Empire one, so not that great to be honest. So not much else to say here. Sith modifier is really trash to be honest. But anyway, defeats themselves, you have to win without using leader in the leading slot, so I'll just go with Malak lead for that one. And then we have a full team of Hutt Cartel units, again 2 different teams I'll show you, you can try out which one works best for you. And then finally, offense up 20 times, so I'll do Imperial Troopers and Bounty Hunters as well for this one. So overall, pretty straightforward feats. Now for the battles itself, first probably if you can get this to work, this probably is going to be the easiest and quickest one you can achieve. We'll be utilizing Leia lead. Now why Leia lead? Because if you check out her leadership, the reward for your contract, enemies can't be revived. So you will want to defeat as quickly as possible somebody using thermal detonators. This will then trigger a contract, and then they won't be able to revive anymore after that. So this is the overall idea here, what you want to do. Now in order, because obviously majority of us here do have a low gear Leia still, so you know she's the leading slot. Once she loses protection, your guys can be killed off, and all the enemies, remember, they do have AoEs. So in order for this strategy to work, you will need your boba to be very fast, also throw some potency on him. So mine's at 343 and 105% potency. So it looks like as long as you get boba to around 340 speed, he should be able to go first. He can use his AoE, land ability blocks, and this means the enemies won't be able to use AoEs, they'll just be able to keep hitting Kersantan. And this will then allow you, to get your thermal detonators going and your low gear Leia to survive. So let's just go ahead, drop an ability block here. You should probably land at least 3 ability blocks, otherwise just restart. And first I'm just going to go around, spread around the thermal detonators on the guys. Now I didn't land ability block on Science, so I'll just actually stun him instead here with Greedo. Let's pass turn over to Leia, again just kind of spreading those thermal detonators around because Leia will be assisting when your guys are using abilities, so just kind of go around here, make sure you got a few thermal detonators on everybody. There we go, let's go ahead, throw more thermal detonators. The reason why I'm going after Maul first, because he's not ability blocked, so I don't want him to use an AoE, so hopefully we can defeat him quickly. There we go, thermal detonators all around, boom, let's throw that up. And because at the same time we trigger the contract, as we defeated Vader and Maul, they are not coming back anymore. So pretty much here on out it's going to be easy, straightforward. We got lots of protection up on our guys, and whenever we defeat somebody, they're not coming back. So this is it pretty much. If you can make your boba fast enough and land like at least 3 ability blocks in beginning, that boba opens up before Darth Vader gets a turn, then Leia here lead, even a low gear should be easy. You will obviously need to have that Zeta on her unique there, so she keeps assisting and landing those thermal detonators. Now if you can't get your boba fast enough, there's a different strategy you can try out. So the old trusty Bane lead, mod him for defense and protection, and then boba here, mod him for damage. So his execute can do some big hits, and his execute prevents revives as well. Now on top of it all, the enemy is very durable, so you definitely will be utilizing Skiff Guard here, Lando, to full effect. This ability here applies armor shred. This ability over here grants a stack of deep cover. You will want to target Boba with that, because then this will also increase defense penetration to Boba, so you can hopefully land a big execute. Leia, for her thermals, again, you will need Zeta on her unique in order for this to work. And then finally Kersantan, his basic ability can actually land shock, which will stop them from recovering health, so this will a little bit as well help you to line them up for Boba's execute. Alright, that's all the footage, and let me show you how this worked as well. Vader goes first, he does his AoE, but obviously because we have a Relic Cat Bane here, we can survive a few hits. Let's get our thermals going, ability blocks. In one way, I would say that Sion here is your biggest threat, because he's got an AoE dispel, and obviously he can dispel all those protection up. So I kind of would try to prioritize here Sion or Vader, you know, depending, like if you can land a shock on Darth Vader, then maybe you could try and gun him down as well. Similar like in first battle, just kind of going around here, spreading a little bit thermal detonators on the team, so we can hopefully with a big AoE defeat a few of them just to slow them down. Oh, almost got Vader there as well. But anyway, let's land a healing immunity on Darth Vader. Put deep cover over on Boba, so he will have extra defense penetration now for a couple of turns. Everybody came back, but obviously they're in yellow when they revive. They're 50% health. Keep going after Sion, because, you know, we have Bane on our guys, so we have to keep going after him. Okay, so I'm just trying now to get them lined up in the red, so then when execute is online, hopefully Boba can go ahead and defeat somebody. Trying to, if I can line up Darth Vader, he's still in the green, so I don't think execute there from Boba would have killed him off. So I'll just keep going, get a stun on Sion. Remember, you don't want his AoE dispel. There we go, Sion. Let's just blow him off with execute. He's not coming back from that. So with Sion out there, you don't have to worry about his dispel of protection up, especially on Cat Bane. And here we go from begin again, spreading thermal detonators around, get people into red, and then here we go, we can go ahead, blow Palpatine as well. He's not coming back from an execute there. And that's pretty much it here. Just try to go after Vader next, execute again, boom, down he goes, perfect. And just once you're down to Sidious and Maul, these two guys can't do a whole lot. You know, you'll just either use execute on them to defeat them, or you can kind of line up lots of thermal detonators and finish them off in that way as well. There we go, almost got him. Okay, alright, I think that should do it. Boom, there we go, big 180k hit, all thanks to that deep cover that's Lando passed on to Boba. So this is kind of two different ways you can get the Hutt Cartel feat done, depending on whether you can get your Boba, you know, 340 speed, so he goes before Darth Vader. If not, you know, you can also do it this way, modding Boba for damage, and, you know, keep lining them up with your execute. Alright, so let's move on to the easier, I guess, feats here. So the no leader feat. Again, many ways to do this. Malak doesn't have lead, but doesn't matter, the rest of the team is very good. You just target Darth Vader and hit autoplay, and this is pretty much it. We'll constantly be fearing them with Malak, Bastion, Darth Revan, and Nihilus will slowly annihilate these guys one by one, and obviously annihilate does prevent revives. So it's pretty much go in, autoplay, wait for a couple of minutes, and you will knock out the no leader feat quite easily here. Again, probably many other teams that can get this done. I just thought this is going to be the easiest and straightforward one. Two different offense up teams here, so I'm going with the troopers. Now you don't want to use control association with Gideon to begin with, because if you do that, Darth Vader's turn meter can't be removed, which means you will lose turn meter and Darth Vader will not. So you just want to put armor shred on Darth Vader. He's very durable. Now my Gideon's speed is 360, so it was more than enough that he went before their Darth Vader, so I was able to get my train rolling, and then, you know, just kind of go taking out these guys one at a time. They'll revive, it doesn't matter. Eventually, you know, we will finish them off as, you know, we're getting more and more offense boost from Emperor's Trap. I always try to prioritize as well Sidious, because he's gaining bonus turn meter whenever his allies are defeated. So just there we go. quickly align them up, and eventually we'll have so much offense that you'll just be able to pound through these guys quite quickly between all the AoEs. And again, plenty of ways to do this offense up. Another one I tried also bounty hunters, because Mantos disintegrate, prevents revive, so does Boba's execute, so does Django on his turn with any of his abilities. There's a bit of RNG obviously here when the Darth Vader starts off with an AoE. Does he remove your turn meter or not? It's a 50% chance to get this done, but once you get a turn, you'll go after Maul because he's the weakest. This will trigger the contract, get some ability blocks going, disintegrate Darth Vader, and as soon as you do that, you're pretty good shape now. In order to get offense up 20 times, you have to use Bossk Stunt 4 times. So after you kind of disintegrate Darth Vader, just kind of spread the offense around. Don't try to defeat these guys too quickly until you use Bossk Stunt 4 times, and this will complete your offense up feat as well. So definitely many ways to get this feat done. Whichever way to choose hopefully should be easy, because you have a ways to prevent revives with both of these teams. And that's it guys, that's all for today's video. Hope it was useful and helpful, showing you how I got easily max rewards in today's challenge. At first it seems a bit tricky, this challenge, but to be honest, it's been one of the easiest Hutt Cartel challenges we had till now. It was definitely a fun one. Thank you for watching, I'll see you in the next one, but until then, have fun, enjoy your life, and may the RNG be with you, my friends.